Hey travel friends, today we're going to be talking about some places to eat in Indianapolis and the surrounding area.
So Indianapolis, Indiana is not really what comes to mind when people are thinking about food cities, but I think that the food scene there has really grown in recent years, and there are, quite a few places to eat, especially if you're visiting for a short time.
So let's start with the first spot. The first spot is the Aristocrat. It's in like the Broad Ripple, North Indy area. And we actually went there for specifically the pork tenderloin.
So we were chasing the pork tenderloin, which is sort of like a specialty, like a food specialty of Indiana. And it's really just like I think a piece of pork tenderloin that they smash really thinly and they bread it and fry it and it's in a sandwich. And
The Aristocrat one is huge.
it's huge. I think that's one of the drawing things of it, right? It's kind of like you get this huge pork patty and it's outsized compared to the bun and the lettuce and tomato, and it's that's sort of the fun of it.
Overall, they're known for their pork tenderloin, and we tried a few pork tenderloins, and I think they are definitely top notch.
It's definitely the biggest.
Yeah, it was huge. The other thing that we did try there too is they're known for their fish and chips, and those were really great as well. So I think like those are two top menu items. It's really cute, old school looking pub restaurant or bar restaurant.
They have a good selection of beers on draft, and I'm sure they have a good selection of hard liquors as well.
Yeah.
Go there for their pork tenderloin sandwich, and if you're getting something else, definitely consider the fish and chips. But if you're gonna get just one thing, the pork tenderloin sandwich is it.
Is great.
Yeah.
All right, cool. The next spot that we're going to talk about is the Working Man's Friend. I had never heard of this place. It is, would you call it like a diner? It's a hidden gem.
Oh yeah, I think this is like an old school diner vibe. You can tell that like the people there go there frequently, right? Like this place has, like you go there and like everyone knows your name, right? That's like the
Yeah,
Cheers kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's like the total vibe there. And we actually went there looking for the pork tenderloin. But their specialty, and I'm sure everyone there will tell you, are their smash burgers, which are
So good.
absurd.
It's like a double smash cheeseburger. I was blown away. Oh,
So the smash burgers, it's a type of burger where the patties are squished really thin, and I would say that this type of burger is getting more and more popular recently. And the defining characteristic, what makes it really good, is that when you smash it so thin, you're able to get lots of crispy bits. So like a good smash burger will have like a crispiness, crunchiness element to it, and this one was like phenomenal.
so good. Great price.
Your burger was huge,
it was
and it
huge.
was like seven. It was, oh yeah, the prices.
The price
so
points are
good.
great. It's great for a quick lunch or a quick dinner. It was
Yeah,
great.
It was good, and the ambiance it's great, like a diner, old school
Yeah.
diner ambiance, and it makes you kind of feel like you wish you
a
went there more often. Like you were
Local
part of.
hometown
Yeah,
type.
you were part of that.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. Lots of parking. All right.
Yeah, easy parking.
Yeah. So the next place we're going to talk about is pretty close to the working man's friend, and it is Long's Bakery. So I think this place is an Indianapolis institution, and they are known for donuts, but specifically their yeast donuts. So good. And I love yeast donuts, and I'm especially critical of yeast donuts. If you're not familiar, there's generally cake donuts and yeast donuts. Yeast donuts are like Krispy Kreme, the classic Krispy Kreme glazed donut, that's a yeast donut. And this place is like Krispy Kreme, but probably like 2 levels up. This was the epitome of what a yeast donut should be. It's like soft, but a little chewy. There should be like a pull to it.
I'm getting hungry with him talking about these.
They have other donuts there. Don't get us wrong. They have other donuts there. We tried a regular yeasted, a glazed yeasted, and then we got a chocolate yeasted. I like the regular glazed one.
Yeah, I think that's the staple. If you're going to go and try it, get the regular. If you want to branch out, there's a ton of yeast-based donuts. cinnamon rolls. They have all of that, but they are specifically known for those yeast donuts, and you can't get out of there with less than 6 to 12 donuts.
It was so good. You definitely got to check that out if you're a donut connoisseur, if you're a donut snob. This place is legit. So one of the things that we always do when we're traveling to a new city or a new state or basically a new anywhere, we try to find food that's local and unique and specific to that area, right? So that led us to Pots and Pans Pie Company when we were hunting down the Hoosier Pie. And the Hoosier Pie is a sugar cream pie that's unique to Indiana. Or maybe at some point it was unique because you grew up there and...
I grew up there and I had never heard of a Hoosier Pie. We also checked with all of my family members as well as other local Indiana people. And I think it was maybe broader outside of Indianapolis, but either way, we were like, let's try this thing.
So it is a sugar cream pie. And let's just say that we were glad we tried it.
Really dense.
People sit in the chair. You might go in and go in the chair.
Don't sit on me.
Well, if this is a choo-choo.
It's like a really sweet cheesecake.
Oh, it's really dense.
Look at that frown. Dad's losing it. Is that how it tastes?
It's like a cheesecake. Yeah. Oh, look how dense it is.
This has no reflection on Pots and Pan Pie Co.
Yeah.
Just it's a very unique, dense pie. Almost like a cheese. It's as dense as a cheesecake.
I would say it's a cross.
Or more dense.
I would say it's a cross between like a cheesecake and a custard
Yeah.
pie. And I think that it was weird because like the texture was a little off. Again, I don't think that this is any way like a reflection on the Pots and Pans Pie Company. So our research said that the Pots and Pans Pie Company was the place to get this Hoosier pie, and also the place to get pies in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So I'm sure this has like no reflection on the shop, but the Hoosier pie was, yeah, it was just like, I think for me it was a bit too sweet for my pie taste, and also the texture. It was off, and that might just be like the pies that we're familiar with nowadays are probably different from the pies that were, more popular back then. Tastes change.
Yeah, I think that the Hoosier Pie, I mean, it might also be a reason as to why a lot of people didn't know about it. I don't think it's as popular of a pie as like your apple pies, your pecan. But Pots and Pans, they're known for pies. They had an amazing selection. I think moving forward, we would probably just skip on the Hoosier Pie.
Yeah, we would try some of the other pies. But I would say, like if you're like a pie person and you just like love trying different types of pies, I would say that, you probably need to try a Hoosier pie at least once in your life to just add it to your list of pies you've eaten.
Just get one slice. You don't need the whole pie. So this next spot was a really great newer bistro that's located in Carmel, Indiana, and it's Eggshell Bistro. And I'll just say cuteness factor, it is so cute. It feels like you just stepped into Paris.
This is really on par with any of the, foodie or unique gastropubby, gastronomic foodie places in bigger cities. If this place was in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, there would be lines out the door.
There usually are lines.
Right. If you're going there looking for standard brunch food, and this is a breakfast and brunch place, you won't find it. There's nothing really standard about any of their dishes. There are breakfast and brunch dishes that you would find in other areas of the world. And they're very, very well made.
So good.
It's like the potato.
Very good.
I guess I'm going to... Oh, the bread looks really good. Okay. I guess I'll do it. Break the egg, yolk, some salsa, some... The dishes are on the smaller side, so it might be a little bit harder to share amongst larger groups. We got 2 dishes, 1 each, and we were able to share that easily. But the dishes were, it'll be hard to split some of the dishes amongst like 4 or more people. But the dishes are, I would say, they're heavier
Very
and
filling.
very filling. So just highly recommend
So
that
good.
place. Yeah.
All right, so we also went to another kind of Indiana institution in downtown Indianapolis, and that's known as the Rathskeller. This is a German beer garden restaurant. We went for music with family, and also were able to try out a lot of their foods.
Yeah, I would say it's a very good size, extremely, really good size, both indoor and outdoor spaces. Great for a party, great for like a hangout. Yeah, I would say that if you're like planning a meal or a get-together, 6+ people, it would be hard to beat this place, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just like so easy, chill. We went during a concert,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Yeah, we went for a concert, live music. We were outside. Inside's a little bit more formal German beer hall looking. So that's where you would probably have a more like larger family dinner get together. But yeah, it's just a great spot. Their fries, brats, everything.
I don't know if the food blew me away. I think that the food is very on par with a lot of German establishments like these, like beer gardens. But the space is just outstanding, especially being in downtown Indianapolis. Just great get-together space.
So last but not least is St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo's is a well-established traditional Indianapolis institution. It is the place to eat steaks in Indianapolis. When you look up like unique things to eat or local things to eat in Indiana, St. Elmo's actually pops up on there for their cocktail sauce. You can actually buy bottles of this. They make bottles that you can like bring home if you really wanted to. But their shrimp cocktail sauce is made of fresh horseradish daily. And it is like a...
Straightening out her head. Her head was flat shelf in the back. Thank you. You're so very welcome.
You try to have like as much cocktail sauce on your shrimp as possible, and then that's just like filled with horseradish. And so when you eat it, it's like, but it's just so good. So is it the best shrimp cocktail sauce or the most unique cocktail sauce you've had?
Me personally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Personally, yes. Nothing compares. Even when
Right.
you buy it in the bottle, it's not as good as like live, like
Yeah, fresh horseradish. Because like after you grate horseradish, that the impact it degrades really quickly.
Okay.
It's the same thing when like wasabi, right? It degrades pretty quickly. So it is just absolutely fantastic. So like if you go, you have to get the shrimp cocktail, just mostly for the sauce. So that's that for the shrimp cocktail sauce. And then other than that, it's a well-known, reputable steakhouse. And I can't really say too much about that just because there are like lots of really amazing steakhouses. I think that part was fine, but the shrimp cocktail sauce was mind blowing. It was absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Well, now you can add all those spots to your next trip to Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right. Happy travels.